Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, as per usual, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is the tank top goud, Joshua. Gangsta time, Cole.
It's called partner, but it should be called gangsta time.
What's good, y'all? What up, Chris? What's good, Brian? What's up, everybody listening? We got a short and sweet podcast.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll see.
Pretty short.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we say it every goddamn week. That we're like, this is going to be a short one. Then we end up going 2 hours. But also joining me, it is in person again. It is my brother, the producer of this podcast. It is Edgelord Big News Brian.
What's up, nerds?
Hey. Oh, yeah. Like Josh said, this will be a short and sweet one. We only got 2 series to talk about, which I'm not mad at, seeing as how we're adding Chainsaw Man 2 probably next week. My Hero will be back as well.
Let's go.
One Piece will be back in the week after. So, you know, we'll have a lot of stuff to bring you. But in the intervening
Rejoice. Joyce.
We got a little question. We got a little response from Mike B, our boy, Sketchy Mike, to go on this episode. So, you know, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. You can find me at @DChrisEspinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JDCole_37S on Instagram and on Twitter. NY Chillin' with an EN, not an ING. And yeah, that's on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Brian.
That's it. Follow me, guys.
Brian, can you hear us?
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at wait, what?
Oh, are you live? You're
lagging again?
I think you're probably lagging.
In real life.
Am I lagging right now?
Yeah, you're a little behind.
A little bit.
Oh my god.
It's all right. We'll just...
you can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
That's okay. We'll deal with it.
Word.
Whatever.
It's not as steep.
It's not so bad.
Tiny bit.
Whatever. Maybe it'll catch up. Maybe it'll catch up.
Yeah, maybe it'll fix itself. Yeah.
We just gotta let it rock, you guys. You could follow the show while you're at it at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter because we usually do a really good chapter of the week. Next week for sure I'll do it because we only had 2 series this week. It's almost not worth it. So next week when we'll have Chainsaw Man back, we'll have My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, all that stuff, and we'll have a real competition about it. So
I'm still giving RGCs out this week.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Just saying.
Yeah. But next week we'll do it as normal. But yeah, follow us on there. We have a TikTok as well. So, you know, follow us on that. Same handle.
Yeah. New Jump City, TikTok.
Yeah.
Get at us.
Get at us, dude. Get at us.
Positive and negative comments, all of that. But I'm going to talk shit back, guys. Believe it.
Yeah.
Chris won't, but I will.
Yeah, I don't like confrontation. So Josh will do it.
I seek it.
Josh is my dog. She go, "Roar." I'll sick him. He's like, go get him, boy.
Josh is like, oh, rawr.
Yeah, like my dog. Yeah, we have that joke about my dog. My dog's like a fucking angry ass dog, and it'll be like nobody's doing anything, and he just goes, rawr. Just pissed at the world for no reason. He's had a good life.
Real tough, Lucas. Real tough.
He's had a good life. He has no reason to be this angry. Anyway, if you want to give the show feedback, give us feedback directly. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions for the show, anything you guys want us to talk about. We'll address it if you email us. So check us out. We got questions from Sketchy Mike. That's how he sends us his questions. You could do the same if you have any questions.
What up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
What up, Mike?
Yeah, you could also...
Mike!
Oh, God, Brian.
Sorry, I was just really hyped for Mike, you know?
We're very amped when Sketchy Mike contributes a question, so forgive us. But yeah, you can do the same.
For ear rape.
Yeah, if you send us a question, Brian will shout your name to the heavens. So
guaranteed.
How's that for incentive? So email us your questions, or you can comment wherever you listen to the podcast, whether it's the highlight version of the podcast or the full episode that we put out every week. And if you, while you're at it, subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a share. It's free, you guys. It's free to do these things. So do that. If you prefer audio podcasts, we're on pretty much every audio podcast platform you can think of. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon Music. We're on all this shit. So check us out on any of those platforms. And I think that's it. Without further ado, let's get into the show proper. Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm throwing the baton to Josh.
We're doing a question first.
Oh, you're right. I just said this too. JK, never mind. LOL, rewind the tape. We're doing a question first. All right. Question. We got a question from Sketchy Mike. Very excited for this one. He asks us, ignoring the fact that he's a gag character, what do you think Buggy did to make the world government call him an emperor? I feel like he had to have recruited someone such as Mihawk to his squad, or found the ancient weapon Uranus randomly. Something totally ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw this to Josh because he has like an answer locked and loaded.
I guess so. So honestly, Mike, when I read the question, I didn't really know how to go about it because, like, as much as I love One Piece and follow it week to week, I also smoke a lot of weed, okay? Which means that I forget a lot of shit in this series. However, luckily, I have a coworker that's really into One Piece that I talk theories with and ideas and stuff. Shout out to Greg. He has a TikTok too. I'm going to plug him one of these days. I don't know it right this second, so next time.
Yeah,
anyway,
weed.
So I asked him, like, what you think about Buggy? Like, how do you think he became an emperor, right? And he had a nice little theory. Okay, and he started by saying that he brought it back to Shanks. Apparently, at one point, I want to say it was before Wano, in between time skip, Shanks had pulled up to the world government to talk to them about something. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah. Talk about one pirate.
Now,
To talk about one pirate.
To talk about one pirate. I assumed it was Blackbeard. Straight up. Either Blackbeard or Luffy. Which means, like, if it was Blackbeard, it was like, yeah, this guy's, like, really wildin'. Y'all better be ready. Because, he's coming for us, and he's coming for y'all. I don't know what he wants. He just wants to win. Right? And then, like, for Luffy, like, yeah, so, like, I don't care how y'all feel. If y'all touch my mans, just know it's happening. I'm pulling up right here with all my niggas and fucking this whole Marijo up.
Marijo up.
Fucking all this Marijo up.
All this Marijo.
However, Greg thought something different. He said maybe he mentioned Buggy, right? So there are details we know about Buggy already that I was reminded of, which was that, him and Shanks was on Gold Roger's crew. Right? And even though majority of the world may not know this fact, a lot of people in the One Piece world would assume that because they were a part of his crew, they've been to Raftel. Raftel, I don't know how to... Either or, sure. Okay.
It's been referred to as both.
Huh?
It's been referred to as both.
Right. So, basically, Buggy's like a point of interest for the government in of itself because they believe he's been to Raftel, possibly. Which is why they count him as such an important, like, individual to the level of like, emperor. But this begs another question, right? So this isn't really in line with Sketchy Mike's question, but more of a personal thought. What makes you an emperor in the first place, right? Is this a distinction made by the government? Is it a distinction made amongst other pirates through like rumors and sharing, what people have learned, and then it becomes like this folktale of, oh, they're an emperor. We see how Luffy became an emperor. He literally took out at least one. turning him into, taking the place of emperor.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, he was an emperor before that, right?
Technically,
like
people considered him the fifth.
Right. So there you go. So he kind of was. But who made it so? Who makes them emperor? Is it the government?
I actually kind of have an answer for that. Kind of, sorta. It's kind of an unspoken thing. Technically, from what I understand, one of the qualifications for being an emperor is $1 billion plus bounty, at least.
At least.
Plus, you have to have several territories. Whitebeard, Shanks, Kaido, Big Mom, they all have like territories across the world, and especially in the New World. If you are a pirate, if you're a pirate and you have a select amount of islands that belong to you, essentially, that don't really have like government standing, because that's my assumption, is that like if, say, Big Mom, well, Fishman Island, for example, that's a good example. Fishman Island was once guarded by Whitebeard. It's not under the control of the world government because they were not allowed up to this point to go to the Reverie. So Whitebeard was their protector, and then when he died, Big Mom took over. So until they were able to, assimilate with the world above, they were under the protection of pirates. And I think that's what goes with a lot of countries that aren't necessarily affiliated with the world government, because there are countries that aren't. Right. Yeah, I think that's one of the qualifications. You have to have have to have a large amount of territory. A fleet helps, from what I understand.
For sure.
If you have multiple crews under your service.
And also the most important part, power.
Yeah,
I think that's also the biggest part of it.
Yeah, that goes without saying. Yeah,
But then what about Buggy?
Because
here's the
thing. Here's the thing about. Here's the thing about.
Without saying, what about Buggy?
Okay. So
wait, hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to explain. So with power, it's not just about, oh shit, they're strong as fuck. It's about like how much resource do the Marines have to put to take one of these guys out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if it takes two admirals to take down a single pirate, chances are they're a fucking emperor, right? Like look at what happened with Whitebeard, and then when Shanks showed up, they knew that's it. The fight's over. We're
they didn't
all
even
done,
try,
right? Because they used so much to take down just Whitebeard. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So like
that's
power
what it was.
Power comes with resource.
Okay.
Yeah, the amount so an emperor is calculated by like how much do they also have to put into taking someone out as well, you know?
Yeah. So let's think about what Buggy has. And we don't know all that much. All we know about Buggy is that he seems to have a service that he provides the world government. His crew is called like a temp agency in some translations.
Oh.
And in other translations, it's called a delivery thing. So from what I can understand is that he has all of these people that he broke out of prison from Impel Down, from, anywhere else. And he's probably got a lot more, seeing as how like those guys have probably spread the word about Buggy and they follow him like down to the letter. So he's probably got a fleet. And that's probably like a big deal. He's probably got a huge amount of people on his side. Of varying degrees.
He's probably
of
got the biggest pirate crew.
Yeah, more than likely. And
you might be, definitely now that Kaido's broken up and Big Mom is kind of in shambles too.
Yeah, you remember that giant from Dressrosa, Harjuin, that also joined Luffy's crew?
Yes.
He was part of Buggy's crew. He was part of that delivery service. Him and the giant pirates, the new giant pirates. So he also had giants on his team.
Nice. Okay.
And they all quit to join Luffy, but yeah.
But what it's worth, sorry to cut you off, but I do want to make this point, and maybe this is headcanon, but in my eyes, I don't see Buggy as like a bad guy, So I think it's I didn't finish making Greg's point.
Oh yeah, go for it.
I'll get into that. No. Did you have any thoughts?
No, I think that's it. Or? I think that's to answer your question of what.
With mine, yeah. What constitutes a Yonko, right?
Yeah.
So So the other part of what he told me, right, that really interested me was that with Shanks talking about a pirate, he said he was probably talking about Buggy, right? And there's a war brewing. The government knows, and I'm assuming Shank knows as well.
Yes.
Because, if not for Luffy and the pirates and all of that, definitely the Revolutionary Army and all the transgressions that happened during Reverie. So there's about to be a huge conflict. And if you look at the emperors, right? Luffy, Shanks, and Buggy could technically all be on the same team.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Buggy join them? If he did some sucker shit, like you say, he's working for the government, right? Is that a confirmed fact that he is assisting
he was
the
a
world
warlord.
government?
The warlords technically worked for the government.
Oh, as a warlord, he was doing that.
Yeah.
But then they deaded the warlord.
Yes.
Yeah. But now he's doing his
they went
own
after
thing.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he's not lying. He's not aligned with the world government anymore.
No.
Okay. So yeah, I really doubt Shanks went to go to the world government to talk about Buggy, but that doesn't mean that it wouldn't be really interesting.
Yeah.
Story wise, I don't know. Is Dragon considered a pirate?
No, Dragon's not a pirate.
No, he's a
right?
revolutionary.
Yeah, he's like
right. They don't sail the sea and.
Yeah,
I guess
he's a political
is
rebel.
Luffy a fucking pirate either?
No, the difference between what Luffy does and what Dragon's doing is that Dragon is a direct opposition to the world government. He's not like a plunderer. He doesn't like look for treasure in places he shouldn't be. His whole goal is to tear down the government as it exists.
Right.
So,
Yeah, he's their direct threat, and that's why he's the most dangerous man in the eyes of the government.
yeah. So
even aside from Shanks.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
yeah.
No, I think he has the highest bounty in the series.
Well, because pirates don't
at the moment.
as far as we know, we don't know his bounty, but he is the world's most wanted man because, say someone like Shanks, his goal is not to destroy the government. Even take a regular pirate, their goal is to cause havoc, steal, do all that shit.
Right, there's no political movement to what they're doing.
Right. Dragon
they're just moving for themselves and their people around them.
Yes, Dragon is definitely just he has a political agenda to take down
he's working towards a goal. Yeah, so, that was very well said. Actually.
So that's the difference between them. But yeah,
I fucks with Dragon, yo. That's Malcolm X, yo.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, finish your point if you got it.
No, that's pretty much it. It was more speculation about that, it's. That doesn't. I guess none of that really answered the question specifically, but more indirectly. I think he became an emperor because of the government putting. I think that was more the government putting him into that position. It was a mix of word of mouth and government also having that respect for him. So that, and then that in turn, with his already warlord status, probably just catapulted him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the admirals talk. Admirals know, people know, people who are in the know and understand these things know that Buggy and Shanks was on Roger's crew. That's not it's not hidden lore.
No.
It's common knowledge for the people, again, who involve themselves in these events and stuff.
Right.
So that's my that's my answer, assisted by Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It has a lot to do with him being a part of Gold Roger's crew and possibly seeing Raftel, even though we know for a fact Shanks and him didn't go there.
You're right. They did not go there. That's something that needs to be cleared up because they were there for the bulk of it, but when it came to actually going to Raftel, Buggy and Shanks stayed behind. Buggy was apparently ill, so Shanks stayed behind with him. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I really like the idea of him just stumbling across Uranus and just holding the gun.
Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, I don't think it's likely because these things are super duper hidden. But it would be super funny. Me recruiting someone as Mihawk, it's not an impossibility, but I don't think Mihawk himself would work with Buggy because
Neptune, Uranus, and what's the other one?
Poseidon. No, it's Pluton, Uranus.
Pluton is in
Wano.
Uranus
is unknown, and Poseidon is Shirahoshi.
Right, we already know about Shirahoshi, which is kind of but whatever. So we have no idea what Uranus is.
No.
We just know it's some type of weapon.
We only know the name. So we don't know. We can't even fathom what it is. We at least know Pluton is some kind
it's
of
a battleship.
Yeah, it's some kind of epic battleship. So we don't know anything about Uranus. But yeah, that being said, I don't know. I've heard that theory before, and I've heard it taken further, where like people are saying that Buggy is playing like the long game this whole time. It was just like being
Get the fuck out of here!
It's
no
like,
way.
From the beginning was like just playing the buffoon to climb his way and ascend himself to power, to a point where he's an emperor. I think it would have to take a lot of convincing for that to be a thing for me. I mean, I love Oda, but he's gonna have to run that by me a little bit if he wants to go that angle. But I think there's parts of it. I would think that what made Buggy an emperor is, I think the world government has some control over the information that gets leaked out there. Morgan's is definitely like kind of a rebel in that sense, where he takes the inch that he gives them and then takes a mile. But given that they were talking to him, like yelling at him, like, where'd you get that photo? We didn't approve that photo. Why did you keep the D? And we told you to take the D out of the name. So they seem to have some tiny bit of influence over it. So they could be saying that like, you should push Buggy as the next emperor. And like Morgan's is like, all right, but I'm also going to violate you at the same time. And
I'm also going to violate.
I'm also, I'm not going to play entirely by your rules. If I'm going to push your man as an emperor, you're going to have to give me some payment, which is the photo of Luffy as Nika and also keeping the D in, basically.
Right. Oh, quick snippet. So, man, wouldn't it be nice if our major media outlets acted a little bit like Morgan? Too bad they're all under control by the same rich people.
Well, Morgan's
That's my little side note.
Morgan's is also operating on self-interest, so he's not like he's not like an altruistic person, I think.
No, it ain't even about altruism. It's about control. That's it. Like, he's like, nigga, I won't be controlled. He doesn't need to be altruistic. He just needs to give the fucking facts. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's all your job is as a reporter, news person. You're always gonna have your bias, no matter what. We're human beings, but like, you still deliver the facts. You feel me?
I agree, but yeah, Morgan's is a sleazy journalist at the same time. He's not doing it for like theory. He's not like, hell yeah, I'm putting the truth out there. He's like, haha, I'm getting mad bread for these papers, dude.
Mad bread.
But go ahead, Brian.
Here's my theory, okay? All right, I think all right. So look, this is gonna sound a little crazy, right?
Oh my god.
But I don't think he got Mihawk, all right?
No.
But I think he got all of the warlords on his crew. He got all of the warlords to join his crew.
I got goosebumps. I think if he was somehow to convince everyone to unite under one banner.
Oh, Moria, absolutely. Boa Hancock, she's being pressed by the government right fucking now.
Well,
who am I missing?
Well, Moria's with Blackbeard.
Oh my god, Mihawk.
Moria was Blackbeard right now, so I don't think he's with Buggy. Moria's with Blackbeard.
Or 90%, like 90% of them. I think he got Mihawk. I think he got Whitebeard's son, quote unquote.
Weevil.
He got Boa.
That's what Greg actually mentioned that too. That he probably got Whitebeard's kid.
Yeah, Weevil.
I think he got
I can see him getting
all
Weevil.
of the warlords.
That would be so fire.
Moria.
Yo, that would be his fleet are the 7 warlords of the sea. Oh my god!
Yo, listen to me. Listen to me real quick, guys. Imagine a fucking like a CPO redo, like a version 2, but it's like the Straw Hat Pirates facing off like the rogues gallery of like warlords they had to go against.
Yeah.
But now that all the crew members is like upper level. They, you know what I'm saying? They can have one-on-ones and shit. Yo, how fucking crazy would that be?
Right, so look,
needs revenge on Moria.
I don't see Boa going up against the Straw Hats. To be fair,
that would be funny.
It would be funny,
So
but I doubt it.
Here are the members of the.
I'm dreaming.
Here are the members of the warlords. Here are the members of the warlords before before it got erased. So it looks like it was Mihawk, Kuma, Boa, Buggy, and Weevil. So like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 5. They didn't have the whole set because Law was fired. Jinbei was also fired.
Law was a warlord. I forgot.
And Mihawk and Don Quixote and
Doflamingo was defeated. So Doflamingo's an impel down.
So there was 5 left. So here's what I think. I think it's Mihawk and Boa, because obviously Kuma isn't available. Oh, and Weevil. Right. So those 3. So it's Weevil, Mihawk, and Boa that he got. And somehow this is the super long shot. Somehow, some way, this guy Doflamingo got out. They broke him out of prison or some shit, and he's part of their crew too.
Didn't they stop the boat before they got to No, that was with the mammoth dude.
No, yeah, they didn't get.
Yeah,
I don't think they got. Yeah, they didn't get Doflamingo. He's in prison right now.
No, but they did save the mammoth guy though.
Yeah, they got him
that's
from
how
underwater.
He was able to return to Kaido's crew and shit.
Yeah, he was underwater.
And I think the way that Buggy managed to recruit all these guys is because he has a guaranteed defense for all of them, and that would be Uranus. He gets Uranus, and that is a
Uranus.
Okay, I don't think he gets both.
Because the world government is collapsing on all of them, like right now as they speak, right? So if they can't handle it, they have this guy who literally has one of the strongest weapons on the planet, and he's offering them reconcile. You're gonna tell me they wouldn't take that like a temporary like alliance?
Well, here's the thing: is that I think like him getting the warlords and Uranus is a bit of a stretch. I think he needs to have one or the other. I'll accept it.
Yeah, but how else would he convince them if
they're all on the
didn't
run.
have that? You know,
they're all on the run. They're strength in numbers. You know,
Buggy's a name that attracts a lot of people already.
Yeah. You know, it's gonna be interesting. I have no idea as to why. I really like that theory that he somehow convinced all the emperors the warlords to come together. That'd be pretty fire. What if he somehow like scrounges up Crocodile as well?
Yo, that's what I want to see again, man.
Yeah, Crocodile.
I actually watched on YouTube the anime fight between him and the Diamond guy,
Jozu.
Diamond Jozu. I don't know why that's so funny.
Diamond Jozu.
But yeah, it's just the fact that his name is Diamond Joe. Like I don't know, it's just so One Piece. That is so One Piece. Like red hair Shanks. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's my theory. He has all the warlords on his crew now.
I like it. Oh man,
I feel like that would be a reasonable enough reason to like have him be really fucking dangerous, just because his crew is already probably the largest in the world, and he has some of the strongest pirates out there.
Yeah, my theory is that Shanks convinced the world government to make Buggy their proxy warlord.
Ooh.
Or their proxy emperor. So they have like a man on the inside, so to speak. So, because I think like Shanks has a relationship with the world government to a point where he could just pull up to their fucking headquarters and nobody does anything.
I'm telling you guys, Shanks might be bad. Maybe he might be.
Honestly, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of speculation that he might be. But
I think a lot of arrows point to him being an undercover bad guy than as opposed to him being. All right, so I want to pose this question, right? Dragon and Shanks are really on the same level as far as speculation and build up goes and hype.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be the same people. They can't both be these awesome good guys that's gonna come in. That's just I think that's like distasteful. Personally, or not, I don't know. Maybe that's not the right word, but man, it would just be so much more interesting if one of them were actually like not on the good side, even though we thought of them as like these pillars of goodness for literal years, like 10 years at this point, at least for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been reading it, so
I would think that dragon.
Go with Shanks, bro. Why did he know about the gum fruit?
Oh yeah.
Why is he going to the government? Those is ops, nigga.
Yeah.
You should have killed them in that spot. The fuck? Like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
Like what's Shanks doing with his emperor status?
Yeah, I mean that's.
What were the other emperors doing? They were doing whatever the fuck they want. They were considered bad guys.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
I think Shanks is just trying to carry out Roger's will. Essentially, he was like in service of Roger's will. That's my theory on what Shanks is doing.
Yeah.
So everything is in servitude to that goal that Roger had.
Yeah, there's some theories that like. Shanks
so why won't he find the One Piece? Are they looking?
He's
for
never been
his.
Well, we don't know. We don't know what Shanks wants. So
it's not.
The
One Piece is not for. The One Piece is not for Shanks to find. I'm pretty sure. Like if Roger did not intend for.
Well, I think
Roger did not intend for Shanks to be the one to find it.
Well, here's the thing. Before he disbanded his pirates, Roger, like, told something to Shanks, like before he left for sure. Like he told him something.
We made a point of that.
And he gave him the straw
like there
hat
was a conversation they had.
Yeah, they had a conversation before he disbanded the crew. So Shanks knows something. It could be that like he told him about the gum fruit to watch out for it and to secure it for the next generation if need be. So who knows? It could be Shanks's. There's a theory out there that Shanks is Rox's kid. And he's like kind of.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Who knows?
Like maybe he's like everything he's been doing has been like kind of trying to undermine what the damage his dad's done.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to be disappointed if he's not a bad guy. I mean, I want him to be a good guy. I'm just saying that would be really interesting. And like, there are some like, there's like things that we could point to if that is the case,
Yeah. No, Shanks is moving.
Like it wouldn't come out of nowhere.
Shanks is definitely moving with an ulterior motive. And it's very interesting to think about. But, I mean, I guess those are our answers to a degree.
Yeah.
With that being said, I guess we can move on to our next segment real fast. He, a while ago, he asked us what quirks we would have if we were in the My Hero Academia universe. And we asked all of you guys and him himself as well to kind of like answer back and think what quirks do you think we would have if we were in My Hero Academia. Josh, we already know. He gave us an example that his power would something be hating and holleration or something like that. And anything that he hates on, he gets like a boost or something. So he gave you a name though. He says your hero name would be Haterade.
Haterade. Like when we was younger, you used to be like, "Damn, you sipping that Haterade, man."
Exactly.
I know, nigga. I know, Mike. You're not slick, bro.
Yeah.
I used to say that shit.
Ever since you said that,
man.
ever since
that was a good one, though. You got me.
Ever since you said that thing about Nas, he's changed on you, bro. I think it was Nas. I think Nas is the trigger.
I don't like Nas. No, I do like Nas, but only like conceptually, not like actual music wise.
I like the idea of Nas
as a concept.
Like, if I ever seen him, I'd be like, bro, you're one of the best rappers that ever lived, and you have such a great message in so many of your songs. And he'd be like, well, like what's some of your favorite albums? And I'd be like, I could tell you like 2 or 3 songs I really like, bro. Please, let's not have any more conversation about that.
Please don't hurt yourself
please,
like this.
Nas. I don't want to be the subject of one of your songs.
Yeah, it's like,
you feel away.
Name 3 of your favorite Nas songs. Oh, Nas, don't do this, bro.
Damn, man.
You're not gonna like this answer, Nas.
Bro,
I'm gonna tell him straight up, bro. Jay-Z won. I don't care. That's the first thing I'm gonna tell that nigga.
It's the first thing you'll say to him?
Nah. I'd have to wait. I'd see if he's like cool enough for me to say that, because I'm not about to get punched in the face
as
by
you're
no
giving him
fucking
daps,
multi-million-dollar rapper.
As you're giving him daps goodbye, he's like, Jay-Z won. Anyway, so he gave me my hero name is Unbiased. My quirk is Judgment.
Is what?
Is Judgment. Chris, Chris, upon activation of his quirk, increases his analytical skills to a level where he can discern weakness or areas of lack in any opponent. I.e., he can see by your movement if you have a fractured bone or something. My awakening is called Final Judgment, which I didn't know awakenings are a thing in my hero.
You get no fucking awakening. What's my awakening?
Quirks get awakened.
Oh, you're right. Anyway, my awakening. My awakening is Final Judgment, wherein he stares into the souls of his opponents, and if he finds them to be lacking, he instantly KOs them.
Lacking, just in general.
If I'm somewhat,
it's like a finish there, but way more broken because it's up to your discretion.
Yeah, my opinion is so strong.
Right.
Kind of like how Kakashi was when Itachi hit him with the Tsukuyomi. It's pretty funny. I can like warp people into an Uzumaki.
Oh shit!
Into an Uzumaki of judgment. It's
Uzumaki of judgment. He felt pain for years, and it was only a few minutes. Is that what it was?
But for me, it's just I'm just making you feel inadequate artistically.
Yes,
and that which is the worst pain of all.
That does suck.
Brian's hero name is Etheria, and your quirk name is Phantasma. Brian has the ability. Brian has the ability to control inanimate objects and technology for stretches of time. To the naked eye, the object looks possessed or haunted. The less complex the object, the longer he can control it. So in theory, he can control a rock for like an hour and control a plane for 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
That's
cool.
Your awakening is
that is.
Your awakening is called Ether, wherein you can transfer your soul into a piece of technology or a person if he's in peak condition, essentially taking over the host vessel, living on in said vessel.
What the fuck?
That's sick.
It must have been for when you merged with the singularity that one time.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Wow, that's canon too.
Dude.
Yo, Mike knows his shit, man.
He's been listening, bro.
Oh.
Hey guys, if you're lost right now, Brian legit for real joined the singularity for an episode. So he was within.
He turned into a robot.
He knew everything and everyone all at once, and he was the AI. I'm not sure he's really returned the same ever since.
No, I haven't actually.
For X-Men fans,
I know too much now.
Yeah, Brian's a phalanx right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of always living with the existential dread of knowledge that I obtained from that little excursion, you know?
Yeah. Brian is no longer bound by the laws of time and space. He exists on all points of time.
Like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. He could blink and he'll be like 75 and just like,
wow.
This life is dark.
I'm seeing you right now when you were 5.
Dude, that's a sick work, though.
Well,
that is. I suck. I get it a little powerful. I don't even get an awakening.
Mike, come on, give him an awakening. Next time we
get an awakening. Bro.
Come on.
The least you could do, Mike, is give the boy an awakening. All right, well, there you go.
That was hilarious.
Hey, man, thank you for the
Mike. Thank you.
Thank you for the contributions. They're always so fun.
Thank you, Mike.
But
thank you for giving me such a cool quirk.
Yeah, but you gave Brian really
Must
cool.
Be nice.
Anyway, let's go onward for the show for real, I guess. Now it's Jujutsu Kaisen, and now I'm gonna throw it over to Josh.
All right, guys, your boy's back covering another Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen. All right. I gotta look for the chapter. Where is it? Did I pass it already? I did.
No, yeah,
okay.
It's the very first page.
Chapter 190, Tokyo Number 2 Colony, Part 9. Buggy Akutami. That's my nickname. All right. So what happened in the last chapter was that Hakari and Kashimo were in pure, unadulterated carnage, like against each other. all out fighting. I already explained how impressive Kashimo is by fighting head to head with somebody that is literally invincible. It doesn't get more impressive than that. If you try to change my mind if you want, I doubt it'll happen. Anyways, yeah, but right before the chapter ended last week, and Kashimo was like on the verge of losing, he was like, you know what, let me hit you with something special. And there was a huge explosion, and we don't know what happened. Mm-hmm. Well, now we do. As we begin with the chapter, we see a lot of rain coming down. Now, I don't know if it's blood, water, maybe a mix of the two. Probably a mix of the two, right, guys? Yeah, probably a mix.
Probably a little bit of a mix.
Yeah, probably a mix. I think that's what's implied. But pretty crazy. And we see Panda on the next page.
Yeah,
he's a small and chubby,
little chibi Panda.
Goats adorbs.
Very adorable.
Now that we got that out the way. Yeah, so he's good. He's back. And we see somebody's decapitated hand. And it can't be good for whoever that is. All right. Next page, we see a hand right from the ocean. And it's Kashimo. Because he's nice like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, he explains how he's out of cursed energy, but man, I hit this nigga with such a big explosion. It's gotta be it, right? No. Because the very next, right after we see him sucking his teeth, Hakari knocks that, punches him right in his fucking face, and we get a, yeah! I like that. Like a Johnny Bravo, Or remember, that picture of the woman during the women's suffrage movement we see on our textbooks with the bandanas?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Rosie the Riveter, I think her name?
Plus Kashimo's ass. I think with one arm. Oh, yeah, he's only got one arm. And I'm assuming that was, what's his name again? Hakari's hand.
Yeah, that was Hakari's hand.
Right. So, yeah, Hakari punches him, busts a pose, cool guy shit. And we get a little bit of exposition explaining what actually happened. So I'm just going to read it straight up. Kashimo had suddenly released the cursed energy whose outflow he'd been suppressing. Before the electricity could travel through the seawater, it turned into thermal energy, resulting in an explosion of steam. Makes sense. Okay? Now, this is where things start to get a little weird, but I'm going to try my best to explain it. Kashimo is like, I don't understand. Like, your invincibility ran out, and I blew you the fuck up. Why are you still here? Why? And Hakari actually breaks it down, in a very reasonable manner at first, right? So he starts to explain how he knows that he didn't that he knew that Hakari knew that Kashimo was nervous about him setting up his domain again because of the nature of his ability. Because he got an unexpected jackpot previously, it leads to a higher % chance of him getting a jackpot again. And it's like, you don't want to play around with that. You think you could survive another 4 minutes, nigga? I don't know about that. So, right, he's like, okay. So he says, basically right before the explosion, he thought, all right, if he is to survive it, at least if I could, take your arm off of your hand or damage you in some way, you won't be able to set up. You have to use the hand signals to. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see me trying to use the signals. But oh yeah, if you're on YouTube, leave a like in the comments saying that you love the hand symbols. Yeah. Anyway, no, he's explaining that. Yeah, I figured that even if he survived, he tried to take his arm off so that he wouldn't be able to throw up his domain again because he can't win against it, Right, you want to be able to make hand signs. So Hakari says that he sacrificed his left arm so the rest of him could live. Right? And I think this is Kashimo thinking in his head, which he says he survived the explosion through a spur-of-the-moment binding vow. Anybody remember what a binding vow is?
Yes.
I don't, actually.
You want to break that down right in a second?
I mean, it's as it implies. You make it's hard to explain, but for example, Sukuna did it back in the day. where he made a deal with
Mahito?
No, with what's his face? Fuck. Why am I the main character? Fuck. Itadori. He made a deal with him that in exchange for I think resurrecting Itadori, he would allow Sukuna the ability to respawn whatever he wants, under the condition that I think he doesn't hurt his friends or something. I to my memory, I'm in the middle of rereading all my manga, so Jujutsu Kaisen is close to next. So I'll have more clarity.
No, that sounds about right. I do actually remember that being the case, which is why Itadori, during that arc back then, what do you call that? I forget the name of the Japanese city.
Shibuya.
Shibuya. During the Shibuya arc, he gets really upset because he thinks, damn, I told him not to kill my friends, but I still feel like shit because he killed thousands of people.
Well, Itadori has no memory of that.
Huh?
Itadori has no memory of making the deal. Because that was part of the deal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I still imagine he'd think, damn, that wasn't enough to just say protect my friends. I'll care about other people too.
Yeah.
Innocent people.
Yeah. Well, so basically that's a binding vow. In theory, you can interact with your cursed energy to make a vow with yourself. You give something in exchange for something else. So in this moment, Hakari just in an instant basically made a vow with his own energy to protect himself, and in exchange he gave up his arm. So I think that's...
And I think
yeah, no, that's it.
That makes sense. So he goes on to explain that basically regardless of the conditions that led to it, because he sacrificed his left arm, I guess whatever cursed energy would extend to protect that part of his body was able to kind of go out through the rest of his body, and that was just enough to protect him.
Yeah.
I would imagine that his left arm isn't that, it's only one appendage, but whatever. I'm not going to say it doesn't check out. I get it. It was just weird, and now I fully understand.
Yeah.
So after Hakari gives his explanation, Kashimo says, just kill me. I don't want to hear the bullshit no more.
All right. Get me out of here.
All right. You got me. You bullshitted me, but, a win is a win, a loss is a loss. Please kill me. and Hakari's like, nah, man, I need your points, broski. And, yeah. So, he goes on to say that I don't consider this a win, which I'm glad Hakari knows, because I don't count it as a win for him either, honestly. But he mentions that he never used his curse technique. But Kashimo says that, yeah, you're right, I didn't, but it's because he could only use it once, and he wants to use it against Sukuna. Sukuna. Anyway, right, so right after that, Hakari wants to make a deal with Kashimo, and it doesn't, it kind of happens off screen, but I believe the gist of it is that he's going to allow Kashimo to fight Sukuna, because, Hakari, along with everybody else, understands that Sukuna is inside of Itadori. Kashimo don't know that yet, but they're like, oh, cool. Yeah, why don't you just help us out? Because you're mad strong, literally smoking people off the strength of just cursed energy manipulation and raw physical skills and smarts alone. Because he does mention that, because he's not using actual, cursed techniques aside from that lightning strike. But I think that was still no, it wasn't even a curse. It was just a function of his cursed energy, and he used it smart. That's crazy, man. So he didn't use his domain or nothing like that.
Nope.
Okay. So right after we basically learn that Kashimo's going to join the crew, we get a quick recap of the rules that were added. No, I'm skipping ahead. I'm sorry, guys. We actually come back to the manga guy. I don't know if y'all remember his name.
Charles.
Chris?
Vincent?
Who?
Charles.
Vincent?
No, it's not
Vincent.
Vincent.
I thought it was Vincent.
It's Charles.
Charles, okay. Yeah, he comes back to Charles, the manga guy that got bodied off screen, apparently.
He didn't die.
Because Gigi was like, you know what? No, yeah, he didn't die, but he got beat up off screen. I guess he was like, you know what? let me introduce this guy and make him more. Yo, he literally used the manga guy as fodder to break down what his ability is, and then use the next fight to flesh out the ability more.
Yeah.
It was kind of fucking crazy. Mixed feelings about the way he executed this, but good overall.
Yeah.
Mostly good feelings. But yeah, he says a few things to Charles that actually really, like, one of the things really resonated to me, because it's something that I've learned recently. And I'll put it, alright, basically, Hakari was talking about, was about to just, I guess, give him some advice, and Charles didn't want to really hear about it. He was like, listen, like, everything I learned is from manga, and that's what I care about. And Hakari says that, you feel better after fighting, right? Which I kind of knew what he, like, in my mind, when people say that, I know what they mean. It's like, you have energy pent up in you, you have these feelings, and sometimes through physical activity, whether you're fighting, exercising, or just something physical to make your body work and sweat. You have to exercise that stuff out of your head mentally. Because then he says, words, as he says, after all, words aren't the answer to everything. And that's true. I could even say times like some, like how they say actions speak louder than words?
Yeah.
It's not the exact same thing. It's not the exact same, like, meaning. But it's similar where, like, our actions matter just as much as words do. And you need both. You need to be able to talk and express yourself and think about the things you say and your thoughts. But you also have to be aware to stay in action, to be about the things you're talking about, or put yourself out there and try and be faced with certain situations. That's what I got from that, because you shouldn't be seeking out, like, obviously this is a shonen battle manga, right? Where they're going to keep fighting, and that's going to kind of be the point of the series, right? But I think it's not just about fighting. It's about the fact that, look, like, you had all of these emotions and you feel better after actually just hitting something, after exercising those demons, so to speak. Mm-hmm. That's what I got across from it. And I thought that was really, I like that coming from Hakari. Because that's what he's all about, action. And it doesn't seem like someone that just that's not thoughtful. He is, he's a thoughtful person that involves himself in the things he really enjoys and cares about. Moving on. So he goes to ask him what his manga is, and Charles is like, oh, no, I ain't even make it yet. It's like Hakari gets tight.
Yeah.
It says, get the drawing now. Anyways, all right, moving on. We get a visit from the witch lady.
Nishimiya. Nishimiya from Kyoto.
Nishimiya, it's right there. Yeah. Yeah, from the sister, from the Kyoto sister school.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that. And she just comes down to just check on him, like, hey, what happened? Did you get the points from Kashimo? That. Okay. And they, I guess they give us a refresher on, like, what the plan for the new rules was, like, what the sequence of events was, which is good, because I forgot. Mm-hmm. So, the first thing was to make sure that they, they could preserve life within the game by exchanging points. Right? Itadori knocked that out. The next plan is to create a rule where if you have 100... Why is it 100 points? I actually want to talk about that a little bit. So so the second part of the plan is to allow the use of 100 points to create a substitute so individuals can withdraw from the culling game, right? And they have a picture of Megumi's little sister, who, they're really trying to save because she's a part of the game. This is weird because that 100 point seems arbitrary if you could create a rule for whatever you want. Why not make it 1 point, the least amount possible?
Well,
right?
Something tells me that you have to make it a rule, so it has to be something that has to be attained, I guess, in terms of the game. So the goal of this is not necessarily to take someone out; it's to create a substitute. So you could swap Megumi's sister for someone else and give them those 100 points that you can exchange between people. So I guess.
But why is it 100 points though? Why not make it just 1 point?
I guess there has to be a price
I understand that for the sake of balance, right? And it
Yeah.
makes the story a little bit more interesting. I get it. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not.
No, I think like that's also out of their control in that regard. That
Right, I'm gonna just assume that, but it's just kind of weird because Akutame is usually pretty like on point with these explanations.
yeah.
But whatever. The third rule is to remove the communication block on colonies. A little bit more information on that soon, so that they could communicate what's going on.
Yeah, because
so they don't have to wait.
Inside the game, they can't use their phones. They can't communicate with the outside world when they're in the barrier.
No radios, phones. You can't even send a letter.
Nope.
Because ain't nobody working for UPS in one of them dump. I'm quitting immediately. As soon as I get set up in a colony, nigga, I'm hiding. And I'm like, I'm calling it a day. I see how niggas when this shit is over. I'm getting low.
Yeah, you called
like low.
You said my route is in Tokyo Colony number 2?
Excuse me? I heard there's somebody frying people with electricity. No thanks.
No thanks.
I heard there's this big cockroach motherfucking. Oh! All right, let's go. Let's move on. All right, so the fourth and final rule that they have for their plan is to allow the going in and out of barriers for whenever they want, or to save the Culling Game victims. So, because even after they make the substitute, they're still trapped in the colony.
Yeah, there's just other regular people who are stuck.
Right. So it's to save his sister and other innocent people.
Yeah, the sister's the priority.
Right.
So they get her out, and then they get everyone else out.
So, okay. You know what's funny? I wasn't confused about Hakari. I'm confused about this situation.
Okay.
I'm gonna get her name. Nishimiya explains that she wants to postpone the third rule, which is to allow the communication. And saying that because Maki can pass through barriers. Cooperation with Mei's younger brother should solve the third rule. Who's Mei's younger brother?
You know that weird like creepy like sibling, the older lady and the small boy, the adult curse user with the axe, and that little kid that like has a weird fucking relationship together. It's Ui. It's Mei and Ui. You'll know them when you see them. She's the adult like teacher lady that all she cares about money.
Yeah. She has a very like blank expression. Kinda.
Yeah, she has like the hairstyle that weirdly
big
covers
curly.
her face. Yeah. And she has that little kid, that little boy that follows her around everywhere. That's her brother. And they have like.
I don't know about the little boy.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. You would remember when you saw them, but because they're weird. They have like a weird incestuous thing going on. It's weird.
Okay. Well, she says cooperation with Mei's younger brother should solve. All right, so I guess he has some type of ability that allows him to communicate between barriers. Even though I don't know, that's weird. I don't get it. Do you understand why? Like,
no,
what
because
his power
we
is
don't know.
whatever?
We don't know their power yet. We haven't seen it in real action yet.
But she mentioned that Maki can pass through the barriers, right? And Hakari's like, why can Zenin pass through the barriers? And he doesn't know. He doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That Maki turned into a fucking monster. Metaphorically, but maybe also literally, right? I mean, It's funny because in this picture, you see a bunch of gross monster stuff, kind of like, I don't know if Gigi was doing this on purpose. I hope he was. Thick. Like, you could see, like, under her cloak is a bunch of monster parts and weird shit going on. And it kind of looks like it's extending from her because it's under the cloak. But she's really just smoked, like, hundreds of monsters.
Yeah.
And it's smiling. She has a very weird expression on her face. In the Sakurajima colony.
Yeah.
So
she's already.
We also see another.
So she's already fucking shit up.
Yeah, OD. Like, we actually almost forgot about Maki. But yeah, so she's tearing shit up. And we get we see the bow and arrow guy, the blood manipulator dude.
Noritoshi.
My nigga, that's my guy. That's my guy.
Champ is here.
I remembered him. And I didn't even remember him because he had a bow and arrow. I remember him because I actually remember the face. You know?
Oh, look at him. Remembering.
Shit.
Josh
Even
remembered
with the
something.
changed hair. I knew who it was. No, the bow and arrow helped. I was pretty sure. Actually. Alright. So no, like it's cool because they tells her you changed and she's like, oh, like you could talk because obviously he has a brand new look. So I don't know what his deal is. I guess he's had some type of growth or whatever, but we're gonna figure that out. They share some comments about their new changes in appearance and how they like how different they look now. A little bit. I'm not gonna go into detail about they have a small conversation talking about like what they're gonna do next or whatever. But then I guess they sense someone's presence. And there's something entering from the top of the colony, and you see a Kogane come to greet it. And this new thing that entered the colony tells it to shut up and do you want to die? And Kogane sucks his teeth, and I guess is like, oh, whatever, bro, I don't care. Right, but like, yo, this nasty looking fucking worm, this caterpillar worm. I thought we already did a nasty bug, bro. What the fuck is going on? What is it, a centipede? No, the other guy was a centipede.
No, this is a worm.
No, he was a cockroach. This is a worm.
This is a worm.
Nasty. I don't know what's about to happen, but you already know Maki's gonna split this shit in half.
Dude, it has hands. I don't know about that. If you
it has hands.
This worm has hands.
A worm with hands. Oh shit!
If you zoom in, it has hands.
I do see them. They're like a little on the T-Rex side, but you know, that's more than other worms can say.
That's true. But yeah, I believe
and they can talk. They can speak full English.
Oh yeah, that's the worst part about it.
And that's the end of the chapter, guys. It's funny because a lot of stuff happened, but it was just a lot of transitionary stuff. Chris was right. The battle did wrap up, but I think we all kind of assumed that would be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm going to ask whoever wants to start giving their thoughts.
I'll do it. I'll start.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, this chapter was pretty fucking cool. First of all, Return of Maki automatically makes it an RGC for me, to be honest. Brian, you don't read the other series, so I'm assuming that you're in 100% agreement with us that this is the RGC.
RGC!
It's not my RGC.
It's not? Oh.
No.
Damn, you ruined the fun, bro.
It's my RGC.
I had this unified RGC.
For what it's worth, it was really close.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the other chapter's pretty great, too. So
Undead Unluck has just been on one recently.
All right. Well, let me give it its flowers.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah, I really like this chapter as like a cool transition chapter. A lot of things got set up. Kashimo joining the team. Fucking Hakari ending the game by cheating again. It's very much like in line with what's been happening so far. I really like Hakari's style of just gaming the system, like being like playing the game the way he does. It feels like he's the only, like, the Jujutsu Kaisen power system is very game-esque, and Hakari's power being literally a game is just like makes him so tailored to be so fucking broken. It's really cool. I really
reasonable brokenness.
Yeah. I really love the weird Takamura from Hajime no Ippo-esque role he's taken on with like Kashimo and Charles, where he's just being a senpai basically to these guys. They're probably gonna like enlist them in his fight club when this is all over.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, I mean, Hakari was so cool, and I'm loving that Maki's back and she's just tearing shit up. I mean, I'm glad they didn't waste any time with her getting into the thing. She's just been causing chaos this whole time. I love it. The Noritoshi thing was cool. It was cool to see a lot of the Kyoto kids. I'm wondering if we're going to see Toto at some point.
Oh yeah, come on.
He's got to be.
And, I skipped over this. Sorry, Chris, to run over your thoughts, but the mangaka dude mentioned to Hakari, damn, like what happened to your arm? And he's like, don't worry, I'm gonna fix it later.
Yeah, I mean, if
he can fix his whole arm disappearing, I think
then maybe Toto.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, no, come on, man. He has to be able to still use his curse technique. How whack would that be?
Yeah.
It makes sense to sideline him, and I get it, and I'm okay for that. But he better not. He better be able to do it again.
Yeah.
And have a further ability with it too, or something.
Yeah. Yeah. A domain maybe. Because I don't think I've ever seen it.
So he never did a domain.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously, automatic RGC just because of Maki alone, pretty much. And this fight being focused on her, I'm so excited.
And the bow and arrow dude. This is sick.
Noritoshi's fucking cool too. It just brought me back. The Kyoto kids are fucking cool.
They are pretty cool, except for
Nishimiya.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, love it.
He's a messenger, bro. That's how I know.
Just Kiki's delivery service over here.
Right. She worked for Buggy.
But yeah, I like this chapter a lot. I don't really have much else to say. Brian, what are your thoughts?
I love this chapter because it's fun. It's just another fun fucking chapter, and it kind of sets you up for like more interesting shit to happen down the pipeline. Of course, with Maki, we get to see her again, which is awesome. But I'm more interested in what the fuck Hakari has planned with Kashimo and Itadori, because they're just gonna have to scrap it out. Apparently, I don't know if Sukuna is actually gonna come out to fight. That would be cool.
You're like, what was you saying about me, nigga? You said you wanted these hands? Yeah. You pop right out here.
He's just standing up.
I'm really interested to see Kashimo's curse technique. Like, that shit's probably going to be fucking wild as fuck.
It'll probably be a while before see it.
Aside from that, I'm still a bring back Toto simp. Please bring back Toto, like, ASAP. I need this man back in the series. Clap and TP all over the place like a Chad that he is. Bring him back, please.
We need our clapping Chad back.
Try your hand emojis.
Right. But yeah, that's it for me.
Josh, what are your closing thoughts for this chapter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you did it in the middle.
Like I said, this easily could have gotten an RGC from me. It was just the emotional appeal that Undead Unluck had that we're gonna, talk about in the next chapter. But this had a little piece of everything. It was a great transition chapter. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this. In my opinion, the mark of a good mangaka, at least a good shonen mangaka, is in the quality of their transition chapters. That's something I've noticed. That's something that I've thought about like recently, and it's just the way One Piece handles it. Jujutsu Kaisen, how My Hero used to do it. And a few other series that I bet if I read again, I would like notice like, oh, okay, this is why it was so enjoyable from between arc and arc. So yeah, there wasn't much fighting, but a lot of it's just cool that Kashimo was here. I was happy about that. I mean, Hakari's ability, I feel like I understand completely, and it's like it's gonna be like very situational advantage. Like he's not gonna be the answer every time. We all know this.
Yeah, and
we already could see that it's probably he'll either say that he's unlucky or he'll put him somewhere else. You know what I mean? But Hakari's really cool. I still think Okotsu is way doper than him, personally. Like, it's not even close for my favoritism. But yeah, I think Hakari showed out. I like his personality. He's really similar to Toto, which is like, I don't have an issue with that. Just something I noticed. They're both kind of that older brother, very like swaggery, not boastful, but like headstrong. You know what I mean? I'd love to see them communicate and talk.
Yeah.
It'd be weird, you know?
How cool would it be?
Like, oh shit.
A Toto Hakari team up? How cool would that be?
Oh shit, that would be crazy. They'd either hate each other or love each other.
I think they would love each other.
No in between.
I think they would love
I
each
know
other.
they'd love each other. Yeah.
And at the moment, they're both missing hands. Huh? That's what Nick.
something
And he's
to get
like, what? He's gonna ask him what kind of women you love. Hakari's gonna be like, "Are you stupid? Straight anime girls, nigga. you see my domain?" And Toto's gonna be like, he's gonna cry. He's gonna shed a single tear and said, "Yes, I do know that one.
Oh yeah,
I do know that series, and I too love anime girls."
Oh
man! All right.
So,
No, those are my thoughts. I mean, Bill Panther. Are we on break next week?
I hope not. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm gonna check right now. Please say 7 days. Yes. 7 days.
I know.
Is it coming out next Monday?
I guess so. I was confused as well.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. We'll be
Yuji.
all right. Well, with that being said,
Utah.
yeah. With that being said, I suppose we should move on then, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's go. Undead Unluck. This is
you.
Yeah. This is Undead Unluck, chapter 118. Define. Last we left off, Nico was defeated, and Fuko was brought back to life. She was lamenting over the losses that they've been stacking up lately, having to kill their friends basically to get this far.
She's seen all of it.
Yeah, she saw the whole goddamn thing top to bottom.
I was alive during the surgery. I was awake.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so, they succeeded, and they're on their way to the Ark, and that's when Tatiana comes in, like, blasting through the floors. And down there, we see Unruin being like, "Motherfucker, you guys are alive?"
Whoa.
Yeah, and this chapter starts off exactly where we left off. Ruin is pissed. He's like, "Well, that's no good. Unluck is supposed to be dead. She needs to stay dead."
2 plus 2, it's not equaling 4. Well, what? This is unprecedented.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What does that mean?
I thought that was really funny. Yeah. The genuine confusion in his face. Like, what the fuck happened? Wow. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah. So, she's there, and they have an unbreakable lock there, and they're trying. The Ark is underneath the unbreakable gate, so they have to get through that in order to get down in there. So what happened was, I forget who Phil is, but Phil blasts the fucking unbreakable gate to help let them through. I guess using the help of Tatiana's untouchable negation, shielding them from the blood UMA that Ruin is in charge of. But Tatiana's getting pushed back, and Andy and Fuko jump in to join the fight as well. I don't know why at this point, seeing as how they cleaved through their other friends in order to try to get this far, but Tatiana's, I guess, where they draw the line.
Wait.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm saying be consistent a little bit. If you're gonna reset the timeline anyway,
I think. All right. Well, wait. I'll save my thoughts.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. They're going in, and Tatiana's like, "No, you guys have to fucking go. I'm holding them back." And Andy was like, "No, we'll stop him and go below." So I think Seal sends Cloud down into slipping through the untouchable gate. So I don't know. I guess Seal goes on without them and tries to get past the gate in general.
How's Phil to go handle that? I was like,
Phil,
"Wow, man,
that.
really?
Who's Phil?" I don't remember Phil.
Kid. I don't know him either. Please, guys, help.
Help. SOS, please. Who's Phil? So yeah, Ruin is not playing games. He jumps in. It's 3-on-3 now. And he said it's about to be 2-on-3. He floods Tatiana's case, her shell, with blood, and basically suffocating her from the inside. He plugs up the air hole in her shell, and is basically trying to pierce through her head using the blood UMA. So if it's either she gets impaled or she just fucking suffocates. So it's a 2-pronged attack in a way.
Yeah, man.
Apparently, Ruin has the UMAs of Blood and Shadow, so that's how that's the epitome, the source of his attacks. He's using UMAs.
The blood and the okay.
Yeah, so that's what it is. So Fuko and Andy team up. Fuko touches Andy to give Undead a little bit of unluck as he punches him, leading to I guess Unruin getting hit by his own attack. I think it's kind of unclear, but it doesn't really hurt him. Ruin still has the ability to heal somehow, and Tatiana is getting closer and closer to death. They start reminiscing about how Tatiana believes in Fuko to be the right one to go through the loop and change everything. And she starts getting sad that I started to believe that one day you would actually the things you said would actually come true. Things didn't work out this time, but in the next loop, if we defeat God, everyone's negator's abilities will go away and we can finally hold hands. It's very sad.
I tell you guys, at this moment, I was really feeling sad.
Yeah.
But again, I'll explain the thought process later.
Right. So at that point, Tatiana's kind of fading away, and she starts apologizing to Billy because at the end of the day, she couldn't do anything for him. And then all of a sudden, you hear from above, "Tatiana, expand your area," and she does so. And who comes down but fucking Billy? He comes in using the negation undefinition, which seems
I guess that was the last ability we didn't see.
Yeah, and it turns out that he is able to obviously, as it describes, it makes things lose their shape, their definition, if you will. And as we know, Billy has 4 other negations that he could use at one point.
So this is only the 5th. That's not the 6th one.
I don't know.
I think that.
I thought it was. Oh no, you're right. It's 6. It's like a revolver.
It's a revolver, right? Yeah,
right.
I think that. But I think that was our theory. I don't think he said that straight up. I could be wrong.
I don't remember.
It seemed like we were pretty dead set on it for it to just be like our theory.
6. I think it was 6.
Yeah.
Because his whole thing's a revolver. He has
to have a limit to how much, and I think 6, right?
Yeah.
Flavor wise, it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Billy's come to save the day, and he tells Unruin that he's about to experience an unspeakable level of humiliation. Courtesy of yours truly. And he said, otherwise, it would be unfair now, would it? And that's where the chapter ends. And I think that's his negation. I think that's his negation. I think he just hinted his negation. Billy's overall negation is unfair, which would be so cool. His ability is I'm broken.
Yeah, unfairness. I can use your ability and everybody else's, and you can't justify it. Man! Alright, are you ready?
Yeah, Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Alright, so first and foremost, RGC. Undead Unluck has really been killing it for me personally.
Certified RGC.
It's even the art. I enjoyed this manga. I enjoyed this chapter on so many levels. The art, the emotional pull, the hype from Billy coming in, which is crazy because that arc wasn't too long ago, but I completely forgot about Billy and what he was doing. Completely. So this was I wasn't expecting. I mean, raise your hand if you expected this, if you've seen this coming.
I did not see this coming. Brian, you don't read.
And Brian doesn't count. Exactly. So none of us seen this shit coming. So I was impressed buy that. Now, let me get into, I guess, why I feel like, all right. I fully expected Tatiana to die. And it was still sad to me. I was still impressed because I'm like, man, like, this has happened like 2 or 3 times already. And this still feels like, oh, shit. Like, because, I guess she's a young girl and it's a little bit different than watching them other grown-ups die. You know what I'm saying? Who kind of like brought it on themselves in a way.
Yeah.
So to speak. Where she is really about to die, not even sacrificing herself, just accepting that I lost and like, please guys, like try to make this work. That shit was heartbreaking for me for a moment. And then Billy just pulling up and saving her was like the hype. And that's what I'm saying. Because that was already a precedent set, I just assumed that was going to happen, which led me to be like, for the knockout punch at the end to really be potent, so I thought that was well done. I thought he set us up for this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was the intent. I think it's not like I don't think he killed those other people off just to make this Billy savior really hype. I'm just saying that, like, I think it helped him knowing that, we already had our mindset like, yeah, these guys are dropping like flies. Like, get ready, your favorite character, if it's not Undead or Fuko, guess what? They're going to probably get smoked. I think Billy's going to lose. Let's not get shit twisted. I hope he humiliates Unruined. I don't think that's going to happen. I also don't think that Phil is going to beat Seal. I don't think that's going to happen at all. Who is Phil?
I don't remember Phil at all. I could be wrong. Please comment underneath if you know who Phil is, because
Brian,
I'm sorry. Sometimes we forget things.
Undead
Sometimes we forget things in the moment. Brian's, I guess, looking it up, but I don't remember who Phil is. But yeah, Josh, continue with your thoughts.
Nah, man. Did I mention the art?
Yes.
It's different moments. Like, again, the emotional pull, like when she's holding her breath, that was like it made me feel like I was holding my breath. Like when the needle was that close. Even with Andy chopping him up and like desperately trying to hack at him and put his hand in there.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So Phil is unfeel. He's the unfeel negator.
Wow, I really don't have much of a memory of Phil.
What does that do? Like, what does that mean? Like, he doesn't feel pain? Is that what that means?
Negates his own feelings, such as the feeling of pain, allowing his entire body to be made of various artifacts. Memories of the artifacts do not affect him due to this.
He's
Phil
like
can
a
shoot
walking
lasers from his arms
artifact.
as well.
Wow. It's kind of similar to Tatiana's power, where nobody could touch her. Like, there's a wave of area that she's like just unable to touch.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They have like similar, I guess, abilities in that they can't feel anything because either Tatiana can't be touched, his negation just negates feelings.
I mean, he's made of artifacts too. He's barely even a person now.
Yeah,
that's weird. He's like a robot, basically.
Yeah, but
all right.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much my thoughts. I mean, the last thing I was gonna say was just the art. Like, I like this scene when he hacks him up. Like, he slashes him up. Oh no, he shoots. Yeah, he tries to inject as much unluck in him as possible with the finger bullets, and then shoves his hand in that ass in his fucking mouth, and then chops his hand off. I was like, oh god, like he's going in, but you knew it wasn't enough. At this point, I knew, like, because of how desperate it looked, like it was sad, and then he gives this spiel how he says, in the end, luck is something that must exist within the realm of possibility, which, yeah, right? It doesn't manifest, it doesn't change reality, it just makes unluck happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess he's saying that everything, like, he's considered all the possibilities that unluck could, but I don't know if he's considering that, but it just seemed like he was saying, like, it doesn't matter how much unluck you have, I'm still going to survive. And unless you could change the realms of possibility, ain't nothing changing. And it was crazy, man. He was going in, and I thought, like, man, they're going to kill Tatiana, get all of us tight, and Andy and Undead is going to, like, like really violate this dude finally, and then Billy came and said, "Nah, this ain't your fight. Don't worry about it." That was lit.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Lit. Yeah, you have any thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, you said a lot of it, but yeah, I thought this chapter was really cool. I mean, I just like a lot of I like how like build up chapters are. You know, like a really good build up chapter will get a pretty good RGC from me. But I really like this as well, especially since like Billy and Tatiana have history. You know, like it was really cool that he came in and saved her. You know, given everything that happened. The whole thing with Billy is kind of interesting. I don't dislike it at all. Like when he was like a twist villain for a minute. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It just, the thing is that there wasn't a lot of time to establish with Billy. Like we didn't get to know him all that much as a character before we got like the big twist. So I was just like, you know, this is cool. I understood that it was like, I feel like if he had more time to really go into it, I don't know how much he had time at the time because Undead Unluck was like still getting going at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this chapter was really cool, and I really felt it as well. I guess earlier I was just saying that like I guess the way you describe it makes sense, is that like this Tatiana is a very different person from Nico and Rip, who were active antagonists or active opposing forces to Andy getting to the arc where Tatiana is like sacrificing herself basically. So it's a little bit different to see that, you know, and that's why they couldn't really leave her behind. I get that. But in any case, I love the save. I didn't see the save coming at all. I didn't think Billy would come back. I'm excited to see him fight. We didn't really get to see him go like hard. So I'm excited to see him like really give it his all here. I don't know if he'll win either, but it will be cool to see him do this like cool sacrifice play while Andy and Fuko go down to the arc. And I'm excited for next week, to be honest. But those are all my thoughts. Are you all good?
I'm good to go, man.
All right, then that has been.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Time out.
Ooh.
Just want to just pointing out, Billy is technically the coolest guy in America, even though he's not in America. I'm just saying he is the coolest nigga in America because he has his shades on indoors.
This is true. That is the marker of somebody who's very.
I needed to point that out.
Who's undeniably cool.
Undeniably cool.
All right. Well, now with that being said, that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. As per usual, you can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole at JDCole_37 on Instagram, at NYChillin on Twitter. Brian at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. Follow him on twitch.tv/It's Punchline. He plays video games. Watch him play video games. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about on the show. Email us or comment under whatever video you're watching, whether it's the full version of the podcast or the little highlight breakouts we make every episode. Subscribe to us. I keep forgetting. I keep like having a brain fart at that moment, but subscribe. Hit that like button. Share the podcast if you enjoy it. If you prefer the audio podcasts, they usually come out first, and they're on every podcast streaming platform you could think of. Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much. Next week, we'll have Chainsaw Man 2, I believe. I think that comes out tomorrow, actually.
Yo, are you serious? It's going to be weekly, though, right? Like, it's going to be on the same...
I don't know.
Is it going to be in the Shonen Jump app?
Yeah, I mean, it should be. I don't imagine that they'll leave it out.
If it's weekly, we're going to cover it with the weekly stuff one way or another.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period, guys. So don't even stress that. We'll figure it out.
So yeah, next week will be exciting. We'll have more stuff, more manga to talk about.
Oh shit! I gotta read Chainsaw Man again.
Yeah, it's a short series.
I have to. It's not yet. It's not. That's what I'm saying. I gotta read it again. Oh, it's Hope Bomb Girl returns. Oh, please return.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that has been our show. Thank you guys so much, and see you guys next week. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace, guys. Thanks for listening.